The dragon soars too high. There will be regret. When someone reaches the peak of power or success, dragon at the height of the sky, they must remain humble and cautious. Overconfidence, pride, or overextension can lead to downfall. The message is timeless. What rises too high without restraint may fall hardest. The rise of Wallace Trent. Wallace Trent was not born to lead, but by the time he turned 40, he was everywhere. Magazines, investment panels, think tanks, awards galas. The son of a mid-level postal worker and a school nurse, he had clawed his way from obscurity to the pinnacle of corporate power. He ran a global logistics empire that touched everything from humanitarian aid to high-end retail. People called him the merchant architect of the modern age. His rise had been swift. Too swift, some whispered. By his own admission, Wallace outworked everyone. He slept 4 hours a night, lived out of suitcases, and demanded the same of his team. When reporters praised his aggressive strategies and uncompromising vision, he responded with a smile, "The summit is no place for caution." By year 10 of his reign, Wallace's company dominated nearly every market it entered. Governments called for consultations. Universities invited him to lecture. Even former rivals asked for collaborations. Wallace didn't decline. He expanded. Then came the fracture. It began with a missed shipment to a critical refugee zone. A small error, easily correctable. But Wallace dismissed it in a meeting, saying, "One drop in the ocean doesn't change the tide." A week later, a regional director quit unexpectedly, citing burnout and ethical differences. A journalist caught wind. Then 3 more high-level executives resigned in succession. An internal culture review leaked. The public image of the tireless, forward-charging CEO began to erode. In response, Wallace doubled down. He cut communications with dissenting voices, replaced veterans with young, untested allies who mirrored his energy, and invested in a high-stakes international expansion. Critics said he was overreaching. He called it pushing the edge of the envelope. The expansion failed. Not dramatically. No collapse, no scandal. Just quietly. Margins shrank. Investors grew cautious. Clients pulled back. The empire didn't fall. It stalled. Wallace found himself alone in an office with floor-to-ceiling windows, staring down at the cityscape he once commanded. The silence of achievement was louder than he expected. One evening, his former mentor, retired now and living out of the limelight, invited him to dinner. Over grilled vegetables and barley stew, the old man spoke gently. "You scaled the mountain, Wallace. But you mistook the summit for the sky." Wallace said nothing at first. Then, quietly, "I thought if I stopped climbing, I'd fall." "No," his mentor replied, "you fall when you climb so far you lose sight of the earth." That night, Wallace didn't draw up a new strategy. He didn't fire anyone. He didn't even write a speech. He just walked, alone, down unfamiliar streets. In the weeks that followed, he began listening more. Delegating. Asking questions instead of giving answers. For the first time in years, he took a full weekend off. The company didn't collapse. It breathed. It rebalanced. And Wallace, no longer obsessed with the extreme heights, found something richer than glory: continuity.